Christopher Sharp gives us an update on the Mike Turner situation and a whole lot more, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, I went over this article yesterday in the live stream, so I'm not going to do a deep breakdown of it, but it's a really great article from Liberation Times. Future of Representative Turner in question after rare public statement on national security threat, later deemed underwhelming and continued dismissal of UFOs despite growing alarm within Congress. And the idea that I get from this article is that Mike's, national security threat thing may have been an attempt by him, maybe even a successful attempt, to get some money for his donors, and at the same time to diss the briefing that Lue Elizondo gave to certain members of Congress. So more BS for Mike Turner, basically, is the gist of the article, but it's a great article, and it goes into depth into a lot of things, so I will let you peruse it at your leisure, and if you want more of a breakdown, go check out that live stream. Speaking of the briefing with Lue Elizondo, here's what Congressman Ralph Norman had to tell Matt Laszlo a couple of days after the briefing.
My God, it's, I guess we're just going to be unprepared and just take it. This isn't political. This isn't politics. And for you young people, of course it affects all of us, young and old.
What was the heart of his talk? Was it on SAP's special access programs, or was it broader? Yeah.
It was broad. He answered. He spoke for 20 minutes. At COS, we start at 8. He's talked for 20 minutes. And then we answer questions.
Yep.
And, where's the funding coming from the government? It's been portrayed by the media as a crazies that are identifying, unidentified flying objects. Yeah. And but it's not. Yeah. He's been doing this 30-some years. Combat veteran, knows, very qualified. I'm gonna have him back. In fact, we may open it up to everybody. Y'all ought to know it. Everybody should.
Public, even then?
Yeah.
Interesting. Because I heard he corroborated what the whistleblower, David Grush, testified to this summer. Interesting.
There you go. And so he highlights that young people need to pay attention to this subject. I thought that was really interesting, but corroborating a lot of what we've heard about Lue Elizondo's briefing. There's a little bit more to it, and I will link to this, and you can listen to the full audio at your leisure. But so Lue Elizondo spoke to these congresspeople for 20 minutes and took questions, and some of it was about the funding of the UFO control group. Something David Grush has also talked about how they are illegally siphoning money from Congress through these, by various means. If a stealth bomber cost $1 million to make, they'll charge $2 million or something like that. That's not an accurate number, but just to give you an idea of how they may be arriving at some of their funding. But fascinating stuff, and that may have had something to do with Mike Turner's public statement. Oh, and did Ryan Graves just confirm that he was with Lue Elizondo giving that briefing? Because I talked about that the other day or yesterday on the live stream. That apparently there was a pilot that saw a UFO that was part of that briefing, and he was with Lue Elizondo during the briefing to Congress. Well, Ryan Graves just said, following staff meetings with the sponsors of the U.A.P. Disclosure Act this week, it does not seem like they have lost interest and remain committed to U.A.P. transparency. So it sounds like Ryan Graves was in Washington talking to people in Congress about this stuff. So was he with Lue during that briefing? Oh, and check this out, guys. This is really cool. The Wand says the Bob Lazar and Department of Naval Intelligence saga takes an interesting turn. Talking about this post from Think Tank, Bob Lazar was right again. There is clearly a Department of Naval Intelligence. And of course, the Naval Intelligence was apparently paying Bob Lazar's salary while he was working at S4 at Area 51. Presumably that's nominally a Air Force institution, but the Office of Naval Intelligence was paying his salary. And there is new evidence to suggest that the Department of Naval Intelligence was indeed real. Pretty cool, guys. Meanwhile, a pilot saw a UFO twice the size of a city. What? This is from The Sun, so take it with a grain of salt. But he says, the story is, I'm a pilot. I saw a giant UFO twice the size of a city while flying at 35,000 feet before it vanished into the night. That's crazy. Captain Arturo Saucedo said his plane was plunged into total darkness in the sky before he noticed the gigantic spacecraft. That's wild. He was flying over the central Mexican state of Querétaro, heading to Los Angeles, I said that right, when he encountered a strange light in the sky. He immediately thought it was human-made, possibly belonging to Elon Musk company SpaceX. Mr. Saucedo said, suddenly we were plunged into total darkness with only the panels lit up. I then saw a beam of light that I first thought was something from Starlink, as I had seen some images about Elon Musk company, basically a line of satellites that shine brightly in the sky. I said, what is that? It looked very strange. The pilot said the object was so large it appeared twice the size of the city of Querétaro. Oh my God, I think I got that one a little bit better, which he could see lit up 35,000 feet below. Saucedo said, I should clarify that a UFO is not necessarily alien. It is a unidentified flying object. We are used to seeing these things that are common to see, but this was not at all common. It was a very strange because of the size. It was gigantic, like something like twice the size of the city. What in the world is going on? So that is an amazing encounter, an amazing experience that this pilot seems to have had with this giant UFO. Now, this isn't the first giant UFO that we've heard about. There have been numerous giant UFOs reported over the years, some of them even bigger on the inside than the outside, and they were already huge on the outside. But this was the first one that I've heard within the Earth's atmosphere that could be twice the size of a city. There are rumors of giant UFOs in space that may be even larger than that. But this is the largest one that I've heard about within the Earth. But if you've heard of a bigger one, let me know. Oh, check this out. There's a new Bigfoot video that's making the rounds.
In this video, you will see a family target.
There's a family out target shooting, and they accidentally seem to capture what some people believe is a Bigfoot on camera.
Before dropping to all fours. The video was posted to
Now, let me just fast forward a bit.
Perhaps it was actually thoughts on this video. There's a comment on YouTube and Facebook for more.
All right, they're going to go in slow-mo. Yeah, there it is. Kind of hard to see, but we're going to get slow-mo
okay.
of it.
Oh, nice.
Wait for it.
Whoa. Whoa, that was a big kick. You okay, Brock?
Is that a Bigfoot? Let me know what you guys think. That figure right there, is it just, a person in nature that got startled by their shots and ran off? Or is that, as some people are saying, an actual Bigfoot? I think that is pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool sighting of something that may indeed be a Bigfoot. Bigfoot was trending on Twitter yesterday, and there was lots of classic Bigfoot videos being circulated. This is one of the best that's out there, where you get to see this tall figure right there that is inhumanly large, seemingly, although it's kind of hard to tell distance at this, scale at this distance. Although people have tried and they think they have, come up with a size for this being that was inhumanly large. It certainly moves kind of anomalously. It doesn't quite move the way a person would move. It doesn't quite have that bulky movement that like Patty has, though, right? And it's very tall and slender, unlike how I normally think of Bigfoot. So I'm divided on this one, but it is a really interesting sighting that I think is a legit sighting of something that is probably not a human. I'm not convinced it's a Bigfoot. Are we looking at like a giant or a shadow being or something? I don't know. But it's really interesting. It's really interesting. Did you know that some research suggests that Bigfoot can get up to 15 feet high? That's insane. There's definitely a range of Bigfoots out there. And if you're not on the Bigfoot train, I don't blame you. I wasn't either a few years ago until I did the research on it. And Bigfoot seems to be a thing. It doesn't seem to be a lost primate that has gone undiscovered like many people think. It's more related to aliens and other dimensional beings. Some people call it the quantum Bigfoot or the paranormal Bigfoot. But a 15-foot high Bigfoot, that just stretches the bounds of credulity, right? But hey, why not? Why not? If there could be a 10-foot Bigfoot, why not a 15-foot Bigfoot? But I would not want to run across that guy in a dark alley or anywhere else, really, unless he was like this guy. If he was like a chill Bigfoot, a cool Bigfoot that you want to hang out with, I guess it doesn't matter how big he is, as long as his stuff is good. Meanwhile, what is this crazy object reported by the Daily Mail? Some people believe this is a UFO that's feeding off of the sun. That is an amazing capture of some crazy object. Obviously not breaking news, but breaking news to me. I have never seen this footage before. And I don't know how you explain that by mundane means. Maybe there's an explanation. If you think there is, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But this could be a great capture of an anomalous object drawing energy from the sun and somehow interacting with the sun. Meanwhile, this is older news. This is a year old, but check this out. Footage of the UFO landing at Holloman Air Force Base with aliens walking out exists, a producer told James Fox. There is a UFO alien controversy surrounding Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico, where one of 3 UFOs allegedly landed in May in '71. The incident has been recently discussed by Moment of Contact filmmaker James Fox, who says the full video of the UFO landing exists, including the alien entities walking out of the craft. However, as it is so often in such cases, instead of the government releasing a film of the entire incident to author-filmmaker Robert Emenegger as promised, it only released 8 seconds of the special footage that ultimately made it into the film. Holloman Air Force Base is the United States Air Force Base established in '42 and located 6 miles southwest of the Central Business District of Alamogordo, New Mexico. And I've actually heard that 8 seconds of footage has been pretty convincingly debunked. So the government wasn't even giving him real footage, if that is true. But James Fox was told there is real footage, not just of the craft setting down, but of the beings that emerged from it. Is there also footage of the interaction between President Eisenhower at Holloman and the beings? If indeed that is what took place, I would love to see that. Wouldn't that be one for the record books? But let me know what you think about that and everything else covered today in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I'd sure appreciate it. Smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, links below. Love to see you guys there. If you wanted to support Cosmic Road in an even bigger way, please grab a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store or become a channel member. Channel members are rock stars and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.